how do you even begin to plan a life or a future in a country that thinks that people's lives are disposable? Entire neighborhoods have been completely decimated. The Beirut governor said today that 300,000 people in Beirut were now homeless due to damages to their homes. We found that the hospital sector really was in crisis due to the financial crisis in the country. And the reasons were that first, the government was failing to pay the dues that it owes hospitals. So at that time, it owed private hospitals an estimated $1.3 billion in accrued bills since 2011. This was obviously impacting the ability of hospitals to pay for their staff, to pay for doctors, nurses, medicines, medical equipment. You had the economic crisis, which was caused by the dollar shortage in the country. And as the dollars increasingly became scarce in Lebanon, the value of the Lebanese pound depreciated rapidly. This placed a huge burden on importers who were struggling to come up with the dollars necessary to be able to purchase medical supplies and equipment. And Lebanon imports almost all of the medical supplies and equipment that it uses. And due to this dollar shortage, medical importers told us that they were running out of vital equipment like blood bags, kidney dialysis filters, heart stents, catheters. And they were warning that we might start seeing people going to hospital and dying because doctors just didn't have the right equipment to deal with the emerging medical needs. So just a day before this blast, hospital officials were warning that they were reaching capacity and that they will not have space anymore to accept new coronavirus patients. They were running out of personal protective equipment like masks, gloves, gowns. They were running out of ventilators and could not replace spare parts in ventilators that were faulty. Two hospitals were completely destroyed by the blast. I was at one of those hospitals and saw medical teams evacuating patients, doctors and nurses from a building that had completely collapsed. There was no electricity in the building anymore, so nurses and doctors were having to take out patients to the parking lot and treat people in the parking lot using their mobile phones for light. People had to be taken as far away for treatment as Nabati in the south and Tripoli in the north, which are about 70 to 80 kilometers away from Beirut. I can speak for my family who grew up here in Lebanon during the civil war, and they have said that even during the height of the war, the situation was not this bad. And they had not seen this level of just corruption and negligence from the ruling class that they are seeing today. Several embassies have said that they've received an unprecedented amount of applications from Lebanon for immigration. People saying that they've completely lost hope in Lebanon, people saying that they want to leave this country that they've given so much, but that has taken away everything from them. Unfortunately, Lebanon's track record is not impressive. We routinely see the Lebanese government and authorities announce investigations after instances of government abuse or neglect. Unfortunately, we never find out the results of these investigations, and we never find out what accountability proceedings, if any, have been undertaken against those responsible for the abuse.